Hello everyone. So let us see what is the definition of the design patterns. Okay, so the definition of design pattern I have given, it is a solution. Okay, it's a solution to the problem. So while designing the software, usually the software engineers, they are going to face the bunch of the issues in our design patterns or in our structures. So in order to give the solution for that one, the commonly facing problems, right? So for those problems, we are going to find out the solutions using this design pattern. So that is why I have given a definition. Design pattern is a solution to a given problem. So you can use this as a template. So it is already given as a template. So you can use for the same similar kinds of problems again and again. Okay. So once we are going to give a solution, that can be applied for the similar problems. So that is what the definition is going to tell. So that is a design pattern. So coming to the next part, that is the essential elements of the design pattern. So what are all the essential things you need to include in the design patterns? So coming to that topic, so I have written the points here. So that is elements is having a 4 types, that is a pattern, problem, solution and the consequences. Let us see one by one what are all this is going to focus. The very first one, it is a pattern. Okay, so I am telling you these are the elements. So all these elements give rise to the design patterns, right? So what is a pattern then? It is just an handle. Okay, we are going to use it as a handle in order to cooperate with the problem, solution, consequences that can be arise with respect to the design pattern. If I use the design pattern, what are all the consequences I am going to get? So those are all the things I am going to focus with the pattern. Okay, so that is why I have written a key points also, that is a handle. So pattern is an essential element that can be used as a handle. So you have to handle the, that is a solution, problem and the consequences. Okay, and then coming to the second essential part of the design pattern, that is a problem. Okay, so what is this problem? So this problem tells me when to apply the design pattern. Okay, so in which situation, in which kinds of problem I can apply the design pattern, that situation can be given by the problem element. Okay, so that is why I have written when to apply. Okay. And then coming to the solution. So third essential elements of the design pattern is a solution. So it is going to describe the elements. So using which kinds of elements you are going to give the solutions. Okay, so you will be having plenty of solution for the same problem, right? So it is going to include the small elements and altogether you are going to give a solution, right? So you cannot use only one single point and give a solution. You can combine the different points and give rise to a one solution, right? In the same way, so that is why I had taken here, it describes the elements, small elements all together combined together and given rise to a big solution for the one single problem, right? So and then coming to the last element, that is the consequences. So consequences are nothing but the trade-off or the advantages, disadvantages that can be given for the design pattern when it is being used for the solution, right? So you will be taken this as a trade-off. So I have written trade-off here. Okay, so trade-off is going to tell you the advantages and the disadvantages that can be arise when you are going to use the particular design patterns. So I told you the definition, I told you the essential elements of a design patterns and all, right? So what is this design pattern? I have given a definition, but what exactly it is, right? So for this I can tell you the example when you are going for the shopping. Okay, when you want to purchase some dresses. Okay, so they are going to give you some templates, or you can name it as a catalog. So you can ask the catalog for that particular shop owner or shop people. So they are going to give a book catalog. They are going to give a catalog. Within that, you will be having a different kinds of dresses, designs, and everything, unique designs, right? So you are going across that catalog and you are going to select the particular design which is interested to you, right? So that is catalog which contain different designs, and you went there in search of the unique pattern, right? So you got a solution with that catalog, right? The same meaning what I am stressing here. So you have got so many problems while designing the software, and I wanted to give you the solution using this design pattern. Okay, so that is what the exact. So it is going to give you the solution with the different templates that is maintained. In this particular syllabus, he has kept you 23 design patterns. Okay, so let's go for the next topics. That is key features or key patterns that can be followed in the design patterns. That is the next heading is the key patterns of a design pattern, right. So, very first one I have taken, it is a communicating object. So, yes, it is right, I am going to use this design pattern for a solution. So, I can give a solution to a problem. So, I am communicating that, right. So, that is why the key point, first key point I have taken it as it is a communicating object. Okay. So, let us see the next key points. So, the second key point is it is going to include the names, abstracts, key aspects and everything. So, what is this design pattern will be having names? Yes, it is going to have the name, it is going to have the also name also, application, structures, implementation details, everything. It is going to include all the aspects. If you are going to purchase any dress, it is going to tell the color, fabric used, okay, the type and everything. So, which kinds of machine can be used for washing and so on, different information is going to give with respect to the fabric, right. In the same way for the design pattern, I am going to give a name, the abstract of that particular design pattern, the keys aspects of that design pattern, everything it is going to include. Okay. So, we will see the next key point. It identifies the classes and the objects. Yes, this subject is purely focuses on the object oriented concepts. So, I forgot to tell you in the beginning. So, this subject mainly focuses on the object oriented designs. Okay. So, in the first software architecture part also is going to use the object oriented concept, and here in the design pattern also is going to use the OOC, that is the object oriented concepts. Okay. So, that is much easier and much in a trend nowadays. So, we are going to use the HOOM concept, that is a object oriented concepts. So, that helps us to design efficiently. So, that is why I have taken it is going to identify classes and the objects. So, yeah, I am going to write the coding using classes and the objects only. I am not using the procedure oriented, I am going to use the object oriented programming here. So, that is why I have taken it identifies classes and the objects. Okay. And this particular design pattern is also focuses on the OOC problems. OOC are nothing but the object oriented concepts. Okay. So, what I am writing here, what I am explaining, everything focuses on the object oriented concepts. The problem, the solution, everything depends on the object oriented concepts. So, that is why I have written. So, this key points completely means the fourth key point, that is it focuses on the OOC concepts. It describes when to apply. Okay. So, the design pattern itself contains the description when to apply, how to apply, what are the implementation details, where the application can be found out, and the uses, so related patterns, all the details it will be having. So, further we are going to study. So, that is why I have given an introduction key point here. It describes when to apply. So, in which situation we are going to apply the design patterns, it is going to focus. And the last key pattern, so that is it provides you sample C++ code. Okay. So, this design pattern at the end of a pattern, so it is also give you how to implement or how it is being implemented, how the particular design pattern is being implemented. That details also be included in this particular design pattern. So, that is why sample C++ code is taken here. So, we have got the 6 key points here. So, quite important with respect to the exams and the internals. So, very first one, we have learned the definition of the design pattern, we have learned the essential elements of the design pattern, and now we have studied the key patterns of the design pattern. Okay. So, I hope you have understood. So, next we go for the other topic, that is MVC architecture. So, in this particular topic, I am going to teach you what is MVC architecture. So how we are going to understand this MVC with respect to the diagrammatic representation. So I'll write on the diagram first. So I have written a diagram here. Before going for the diagram, let us see what is this MVC. So MVC stands for Model V Controller. Okay, Model V Controller. So, so what is this architecture? So here model stands for the blueprint, the thing what you are going to achieve, the thing what you are going to construct, or it is something what you are going to achieve. So means the aim, right? The model, the thing. Okay. So the weave is how we are going to represent that model. So for example, this chalk piece is a model for me. It is a thing. Okay. So it is a subject. So how I am going to represent this model, this chalk piece. So I am going to denote this representation of a chalk piece as a weave. Okay. So the model is a chalk piece and weave is how to represent, how to see this chalk piece in a different ways. So that can be achieved using the weave, and the controller, how to control this model. Okay. So in order to achieve the weaves, okay, it is a controller is it comes between the model and the weave. So in between the model and weave we are going to have a controller. So when you control the model, so it is going to be reflected in the weave. So if I tilt like this, if I tilt the model like this, so it is going to give you the different representation, different weave we are going to achieve, right? And the same way this controller can be done by the users. The user is going to control that one. So that is why, so I have taken this as a design in the model view controller, how it is going to be achieved. Okay. So I have written some diagram here. So here data is there. So data is some percentage he has given some data. A equals 50%. B is 30%, C is 20%. Some data, some statistics he has given, A, B, C, some values, and he has given with the representation, percentage. Okay, and that he denoted as a model. Some model, it is some model with the values. Okay, I need to represent this model in a different ways. That is a weave. I can weave in a different way. So for that I have taken the 3 boxes as an example. So here you can see I have written with some calculations, some graph representations. I have taken A, B, C, X, Y, Z as a notes, and then I have written a graphical representation, right? So this these 3 boxes will let you know. So what is a view? Okay, how the view is going to be projected. Okay, so this is the first view I can expect from this model. Using the same data, I have represented the data in a graph notations. Okay, in the same data I am using the bar chart representation. So same data I have used and I have given a bar chart. So A has given 50%, I have raised it, means a bit higher, and B is less than that A, so a bit lower, and then C is completely low with respect to the A and B. So that I have represented using the bar chart, right? And the same data I have represented using the pie chart also. So what you are going to study in this figure is, so weave can be the different representation of the same model, same thing, same subject can be viewed in a different ways, and the intermediate connector is a controller. So that is what it has been explained with the Smalltalk. Using the Smalltalk you can actually design this one. So that is what he has stressed in this particular topic, that is a designs in a Smalltalk MVC. Okay, so let us go for the next topic, describing the design patterns. So let me write the points first. Okay, let us see this 13 kinds of the description of the design patterns. So what I have written here, it is just going to focus how your design patterns will be. For example, when someone asks you, so can you describe your college? So you are going to tell, so our college is in circumstance of around city circumstances. It is a huge building, so it contains 5 departments. So students are this much, so faculties are this much, so any other branches, if so, where it is located. So you are going to describe your college, right? So in the same way, if you describe anything, so you are going to include all those concepts. In the same way, I am going to describe the design patterns. Okay, so each and every design pattern consists of these all kinds of informations. Okay, I told you in the beginning itself, in this particular syllabus we are going to study 23 kinds of design patterns. Each design patterns consist of all these 13 parts. Okay, so let us see one by one. So what are all the particular points it is going to focus. Okay, so first one, pattern name and the classification. So each design pattern contains the name. Okay, so it should have some meaningful name. So identify the pattern. So we need to have related to the functionality, related to the problem type, related to the solution type. So based on the functionality, you can give the meaningful names. Okay, and the second one is intent. Intent is nothing but what is the intention of that particular design pattern. So why you are going to develop that design pattern? What is the intention of that particular design pattern? And then also known as, you can tell no. So if you have another name, aliasing, right, in the same way. So also known as, if it is having another name, so that can also be denoted, also known as. And then motivation, why you are going to use this design pattern. So what is the motivation behind using this design pattern? So that is also included. So in the third module we are going to study actually. So you will be having each design pattern into a 10 pages. So that 10 pages includes all these 13 topics in depth, in brief. Okay, so that is why I have taken only the definition level here. So motivation, it tells you, so why I am going to use the design pattern, particular this design pattern. Okay, and then applications. So where are all the places or the situations you are going to use this design pattern, applications. And then structure, so which means how it is being implemented. Okay, so which kinds of programming or a design you are going to use. So that is also be mentioned. And then participants. Participants are nothing but the classes and the objects. So class and the object we are going to consider it as a participants. And then collaborations means in order to achieve the task given to the classes and the objects, what is the relationship between them? So how they are going to maintain the relationship? So that is nothing but the collaborations. Okay, and then coming to the consequences, I told you in the beginning. So consequences are nothing but the trade-off. Means the advantages or it may be the disadvantages, the problems that can arise if you can expect with this design pattern. So that can be mentioned with the consequences. And then implementation. So here is also focusing on how to implement the implementation, complete steps he has given how to implement this design pattern. And then sample code. So he has given sample pseudocodes also. So if you want to implement, use that sample codes, and then so it will be helpful for the designing of the full design patterns. So he has given a small pseudocodes also. And then coming to the noun uses. So what are all the uses of this design pattern? So that is also is going to mention. And then related patterns. Related patterns means, so for example, if you purchase some dress, you can ask related to this dress, you will have another dress with a different color, so with a different texture. So you can ask, right? In the same way, for the design pattern, there are some related patterns, so that can be related. So that is why that is also be mentioned here. So this complete 13 points what I have written here. So it focuses on the description of one single design pattern for each and every single design patterns. So it contains all these 13 fields. Okay, so altogether it contains all these 13 fields. So that is about the today's class. I will be continuing in the next class. Thank you.